Hello and welcome to Azariah's Studio. My name is Sarah. I am the artist and designer behind Azariah's Studio. I'm going to show you how to work a double crochet. Get some yarn and a hook if you would like to follow along. I have chained 14 stitches. I'm going to yarn around the hook. Skip the first two chains. Remember, the one on the hook does not count. I'm going to go into both loops of the third chain. This is a preference. You do not have to go into both loops. You can go into just this one or just this one. Just be consistent in your project. I'm going to go into both, yarn over, and just pull through the chain loops. If it's one, if it's two, just pull through the chain loops. I now have 3 loops on my hook. Yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2. Right, yarn over into the loops of the next chain. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2. I'm going to do this all the way across. Because we skipped the first 2 chains, we are only going to have 12 double crochets when we get to the end of the row. Many patterns will have you skip the first 3 chains, and then those first 3 chains will count as the first double crochet. I do not like the look of that, so I always only skip the first 2 chains. In other patterns, it will have you at the beginning of a row chain 3, and again that will count as the first double crochet. And I'll show you what we're going to do at the beginning of the next row in just a moment. If you have problems getting into both loops, just turn your work different directions. That's why the first row takes the longest. Sometimes it's difficult to get where you need to go. And this is my last one. These are my double crochets. Here's the tops of them. Here's what they look like from the front. Here's what they look like from the back. Turn, chain 2, double crochet in the same stitch, so don't skip, go into that same stitch. Many of those other patterns will have you work a chain 3 right here instead of that chain 2. And because that chain 3 counts as the first double crochet, you skip that first double crochet and you actually work your first regular double crochet into this second stitch. Here's a picture of 2 swatches to show you the difference. So these 2 swatches, the blue one on the left and the gray one on the right, are both double crochets. You can see the blue one has some holes. You can see the table through it a bit more on the edges, on the sides. That's because that has that chain 3 turn on the side, and then you skip that stitch basically and do your double crochet in the next stitch. The gray one on the right has a chain 2. You don't skip the stitch and you work in the same stitch your double crochet or whatever your next stitches. I'm just going to double crochet across in the tops of each double crochet, so in both loops. So 1 loop, 2 loop, front loop, back loop, but I'm going into both loops. And that's how you work a double crochet. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Happy making!